Breaking news from the 2019 North American International Auto Show in Detroit, as Lexus has just unveiled the 2020 Lexus RCF and the RCF Track Edition. In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about these two new 2020 model year Lexus coupes, including stuff about the styling, some performance figures. We're going to tell you exactly what you get with the special Track Edition version of the RCF. Of course, we're also going to tell you about some of the RCF's competition, and then we're going to let you know when you can eventually buy these new performance Lexus coupes. Starting with styling, you can tell, well, there's some new lights, a revised front end, and a revised rear end. Of course, those new headlights still feature kind of a 3 LED style, but this time they're stacked instead of the old 3-lens assembly. There's integrated daytime running lights instead of those checkmark daytime running lights that you saw on the previous model. There's a different lower lip added to the front bumper, some new tail lights, and a reshaped rear bumper. It's not a drastic change in style, but Lexus has made a few tweaks to let you know it's the 2020 model instead of the 2019. On to performance, which is of course always very important for a performance coupe. There is more power and more torque out of that same 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. Okay, it's not that much more horsepower and torque. It's 5 more horsepower for a new total of 472 and 6 more pound-feet of torque, now 395 pound-feet. The way they did this was by revising the intake routing. So there's a lower trigger point for the secondary intake opening, 2,800 RPMs instead of 3,600 RPMs. Sending that power to the rear wheels is the same 8-speed automatic transmission that's carried over from the previous model year, but there's a slightly different final drive ratio. It's a 3.13 instead of a 2.93. This results in a slightly faster 0 to 60 time of 4.2 seconds instead of 4.4 seconds. Just to be clear, guys, these 0 to 60 times are Lexus estimates. Part of the reason they got that quicker 0 to 60 time is because there's now an electronic launch control available on the RCF. The other thing that they've changed in terms of performance is they've added a new set of custom-made Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires that have a special tread pattern, special compound designed specifically for the RCF. Alright, what about the Track Edition? Well, it still has the same 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 under the hood, same power and torque figures, 472 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque, but it's significantly lighter than the standard RCF. Lexus ended up reducing the weight by 176 pounds in total, which brings the weight down to 3,782 pounds of curb weight. Compared to one of its biggest competitors, the M4, well, it's a little heavier still, but it's much closer than that almost 4,000 pound curb weight that it used to have. How did they reduce so much weight? Well, it now has Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, specially designed 19-inch lightweight BBS alloy wheels, and the combination of the brakes and wheels alone resulted in 55 pounds of reduction in unsprung weight at the front of the car. That's a huge difference. As you can clearly see, there's a carbon fiber roof and hood, plus a carbon fiber partition behind the rear seats. And if you take a look at the back bumper, you can see there's these titanium exhaust components, specifically the muffler and the tailpipes, which gives you these really cool blue exhaust tips. On the Track Edition, because you have so much less weight in the car, the 0 to 60 time is even a little quicker than the new RCF. 0 to 60 is over with in 3.96 seconds, according to Lexus. Again, comparing that to the BMW M4, the M4 does it in 3.9 seconds. So the 2019 RCF did 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. So when you get the Track Edition, you got a pretty drastic reduction in 0 to 60 time and a much closer time to the BMW M4. What else do you get with the Track Edition? Well, there's a special red leather interior with Alcantara seat inserts. That's the only interior color available on the Track Edition. And there's only 2 exterior colors, ultra white or an exclusive to the Track Edition color, matte nebula gray. Oh, and how could I miss the giant carbon fiber wing on the back? I mean, that thing is just huge, and that's part of the Track Edition as well. What about the competition? Well, I've already been talking about the BMW M4. That remains a key competitor for the RCF. But some others you might want to consider are the Audi RS5 Coupe, the Mercedes AMG C63 Coupe, the Infiniti Q60 Red Sport, the Cadillac ATS-V. The GTR I threw in here because it's Japanese and it's a coupe, although of course the GTR is all-wheel drive, and you could maybe consider the Chevy Corvette Grand Sport or the Z06, a competitor for the RCF as well. When can you buy the 2020 RCF and the RCF Track Edition? Well, production is set to start in the second quarter of 2019 for both the RCF and the Track Edition, and the car will be on sale shortly after that. Pricing, however, has not yet been announced at this point. Before I let you guys go, I did want to tell you that we just had a 2019 Lexus RCF here in the office, and who better to give it to than our professional racing driver Paul Gerard. He took it around our track for an episode of Hot or Not, and I suggest you guys watch that episode by clicking the link at the top of the screen. There you go, guys. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the 2020 Lexus RCF and the RCF Track Edition. Of course, the Detroit Auto Show is happening this week. Be sure to stay tuned to TFLcar.com for more news, views, real-world reviews, and a whole bunch of coverage from the North American International Auto Show. I'm Mike Curtis, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us what you think of the RCF Track Edition and the regular old RCF, because they have made some pretty interesting improvements for 2020. We'll see you guys next time.